Get me that signal. We need no hiding.
Wizard World Chicago, I have a very important question for you guys. Before we begin, I need to know, are you ready to be guardians of the geekery? Because things are about to get really geeky up in here. You guys have seen Guardians of the Galaxy, right? Yeah, all of you? You all seen it? You saw it? You saw it? Let's try that one more time. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? All right, all my Star Lords and Star Ladies out there, good, because we are about to have a sweet, sweet time. I'm gonna bring a guy out here. Of course you know him. He plays Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy. Please show your love for Mr. Dave Bautista! Welcome, welcome. And of course we do have another gentleman that's gonna be joining us, Mr. Yondu himself, Michael Rooker! Did you do a good job? Are you a good dancer? Bautista, how was it? Did he do a good job? He didn't say, oh, he was dancing. Do you think you did a good job? Hey, congratulations. This movie is apparently pretty darn big, isn't it?
I think people like it a lot.
I think so. Where were you guys on opening day? Where were you kind of like hanging out and watching, and when did you realize that this was an explosive opening?
Where were you?
I took 20 of my friends and we watched it at the local theater.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So it was that good of a day then that you don't remember? Question from a banana, of course.
The vegetation of this panel, but going off to the soundtrack question, what is your favorite song off the soundtrack?
What's your favorite, Dave? Do you remember?
Yeah, my favorite song on the soundtrack is I Want You Back, but my favorite song in the movie is Ain't No Mountain High Enough, just because of where it's at. I don't know, it's just such a feel-good moment, and the song just feels so good, it just fits that moment, just kind of chokes me up every time.
Yeah. You actually get a couple sweet moments in the movie. Are people viewing you as a big softie now?
No,
It's a fair question.
That's not a fair
That
question.
is a total fair question. Who thinks he gets like the sweet moments and a couple sweet moments? He pats Rocket Raccoon. He's got a nice moment with Groot.
That is a good one. That's a good one. He's been the rodent. Yeah.
Anybody who personally knows me knows that I am a big softie. But I think the coolest thing about it, I think people didn't know what to make of Drax beforehand. I think they saw the pictures and they thought he was going to be a one-noted character, kind of that warrior soldier type. And I don't think they expected to see like different sides of Drax. I think that was kind of the cool thing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rooker, did James Gunn actually give you direction or just take off the collar and say, go sick him? Because you were like a mad dog out there doing awesome things.
No. Gunn is a great director.
That was the thing. When we were going through rehearsals, because I knew of Yondu from the comics, and he just put a whole different twist on Yondu, and just made him so interesting and just surly and edgy. I just love it. I think he's got one of the best scenes in the movie too. Is kind of the gunslinger scene where he just
oh, nice.
falls out the arrow and it just
Right.
sticks out.
At the end, that was a cool.
Yeah, certainly got the audience cheering in
Very
the theater.
soft. Yeah, Yondu is very soft spoken. Very
You're the softie.
I have softy moments.
You're the softie of the movie.
You know, when I punch Star-Lord in the gut, that's a soft moment.
It's out of love.
I could have just killed him, dude.
I believe you did, because I heard him complain about it.
You know what?
Freaking Rooker trying to kill me.
But I have to say, he asked for it. And I mean, literally, he said, Brooke, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Harder. He was into it.
But honestly, if you didn't ask for it, would you have hit him any softer?
No.
And there you go. Hi. All right, so the question is, how long did Rooker have to sit in makeup to become Yondu?
Well, first off, I was already Yondu.
This is true.
I said about 3.5 hours.
He had a mohawk under his
totally had a mohawk.
prosthetic mohawk.
I flew over on the plane. I was already Yondu. I had cut my hair as a joke for James Gunn, and I cut it into a mohawk. I had an awesome little mohawk. It was kind of like that long, and went all the way back. It was really cool. And the thing with mohawks, I don't want to get off on the question, but the thing with mohawks is that you still have to trim the other part of your head to make it look cool. So every time I trim this mohawk, it would get smaller and more crooked. And by the time I was like a couple weeks into the shoot, I had this little tuft of a thing. I finally just said, "Look, that's it. I gotta go. It's gotta go.
Probably the answer to your question, you've noticed that he's a little energetic. So it took him 3.5, 4 hours in makeup because he just couldn't sit still. They couldn't get a hold of him. But if he was able to sit still, it probably
20 minutes?
Yeah. I was going to say 5, but I think I got to give him the extra 15.
But truly, you know, I fell asleep a couple of times. And they started bringing in another girl to grab my ears and pull me up and hold me like that.
You had an ear assistant. I didn't notice that in the credits.
That's
but ear assistant to Mr. Rooker. But good question, little man. I like
Good
it.
question. All total, it took about 4.5 hours to be camera ready. That includes makeup, wardrobe, and all everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, let's take a question from the Frankly Chat app. And I guess this is for Rooker. Yondu grins when we see Quill snookered him. Is he like a proud papa in a way, or just excited to go kick Quill's butt?
Oh, you mean, are they referring to the end?
Yeah.
I opened the organ. The thought in my head was, that's my boy. That's my boy. I taught him well. He knows how to do it. He can survive that.
Wait.
All that went through my head.
You're still gonna go kick his butt, though, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That look happened after the camera cut.
This is a question for both of you guys. Is there, I mean, with a sizable cast like this, was there much in the way of like pranks or anything along that line happening?
No. People always think that, and I'm not really sure what you mean by prank. 15,000 bumblebees taped to somebody's door as they open it. Never mind.
No, we didn't. We had a lot of laughs, but we didn't really drink each other all that much. They drank me once along the whole shoot. It was just they called me to set, and they were gonna have like this big dance off, and I was the only one who wasn't aware that we were gonna have this big dance off. And it just turned into this big crazy thing. I mean, it was like 200 extras on the set, and it was a big crash site scene. You know.
Yes.
So when Star-Lord starts dancing, he's like, ooh, child. And he starts the whole dance off and he points at Ronan, well, you know, during the shot. Well, Ronan actually started dancing back. And then I'm like, oh, Lee's messing around. But then, you know, Chris points at Zoe and she starts dancing. And I'm like, what's going on? I was like, oh man, they're gonna point at me on this. They're gonna point at me and it's like, you know, sure enough, Drax. I did some like Goofy Wilson dance. I think it's gonna be actually on the DVD next year.
I really hope so.
I missed that scene. I come in a little later in the sequence.
Well, instead, I guess, as far as the pranks, as far as the ALS bucket challenge, Pratt challenged you, Bautista, right? I would say that you won the ice bucket challenge with that. If you haven't seen it, you're in a tub full of ice.
I was gonna do the tub full of ice. My lovely better half wouldn't let me.
Well, it was really cool. It's really cool. It is a cool thing. I'm glad you brought it up because, you know, I never. Lou Gehrig has been my hero since I was a kid, but I never thought about really donating towards ALS. I just never really thought it was something that people, I guess, they go through their daily life and they don't really think about stuff like that until somebody brings it to your attention. Hey, maybe you should be doing this. And it did. It brought a lot of awareness, and they've raised a lot of money for ALS. And I wasn't aware of what the challenge was until Chris called me out. And as soon as he did, I was on board. And I've called out some friends who have taken it to an even different level. A friend, a very close friend named Nonio Donaire, who's a boxer, professional boxer. And he did this awesome thing. He got one of those big tanks where you throw balls at him, and it's a dunk tank. And he charged people for each ball they threw. And he ended up raising like $5,000. Just for dunking himself in a big, but it's just it's just a way to get involved.
Yeah, we can applaud that. That's crazy.
James Gunn was my challenger. He challenged me, and so I wasn't sure, what to do. Yeah, and so it was like a bucket. A bucket's not enough, So anyway, I had this foot soaking bucket, which was really quite large, and so and on my video, I let the audience know that in California we're in a major drought in a big way. So I got water from my septic, and I froze it with ice cubes. It's called recycling. Next question. Dave, you can share in this lovely experience that I've sort of developed over the Comic-Cons lately. 10 questions. Dave's gonna take 5. I'm gonna take 5. Dave, you'll do the questions from this side. I'll do the questions from this side. One question, really brief, and answer it as fast as you can, and you bring your questions as fast as you can. No dawdling. You dig?
Okay, you're gonna start, right, Rooker?
I'll start. Go. Do not leave any lines. No.
If there's a team up between the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, who are you most excited to be playing against?
Answer quick.
Did you add them any lines? This is a conversation.
You had one job!
Okay.
Too late, Dave. Quick.
Every question I had someone already asked. So
Come on.
What color's your underwear?
Next.
I was positive you weren't wearing underwear.
I was afraid.
Would you like to be painted any colors than the colors you were painted in the movie?
No.
Of course not.
What is your favorite WrestleMania moment, and are you friends with Daniel Bryan?
That's too
questions.
WrestleMania 21.
21, thanks. I don't know, I never played with the tree. Go, baby, go.
My question was actually for Michael Rooker, but how did playing Merle on Walking Dead prepare you for playing Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy?
None of your business, next.
Wait, young lady, yes.
Go, girl, go.
First impression of each other.
First impressions of each other. God, what an ass.
Well, all right, I gotta tell you a story now. You probably heard it a million times. I can't say this really fast. This is like one of my earliest impressions of Michael. So I brought my fiance on the set. I said, Michael, this is my fiance. That's all I got out of my mouth before he picked her up and ran away with her.
Questions, right?
Thank you. Oh, wait. Hold on, one more.
What was your experience working with Karen Gillan?
Awesome.
Chicago,
It means that city. We need more time.